I'm just gonna run off of the second save file, actually. And then if it dies around the point of dropping off the coats, I'll drop a save. I would like to have something ready for like hotfix in case and for GDQ, I guess. In case the game crashes, handing in the hides, which is like the one point the game seems to like crashing every once in a while. Very rare, but it's good to have something ready for that. Oops, jumped too early. It's still kind of hilarious to me that this game made it into the awful block, and it's like double the length of like the next longest thing. I'm sure awful block does have longer runs sometimes. It's just like usually they're like really short. And this thing is like an hour and change. But hey, they thought it was awful enough. Awful enough positive connotation. It's silly, technically, you know. Would have been awful if it was in winter. It's in summer though, so it's silly. It's a silly video game. That was a really early double jump, and I still made it. It almost looked like a singular big jump. This is so bad. We need a full hour of it. Maybe that's the right perspective. Thank you, Mama. I think my estimate is like an hour 15, which is a little generous at this point, but I guess it does allow for me to like die or something, which is a good idea. Just in case. And a couple extra, 1 or 2 extra minutes to talk to the dev commentary lady. How's it going? Good. We defeated the forces of hell. We finished Doom 64, which I was worried would take longer than it did. So that's good. Which means I get to practice this more. And stop stream at a reasonable hour. What? Why did he not dive? Why did his dive stop? That's never happened before. He said the thing. They threw the final boss at me in Doom 64 that I don't think I ever got good at. I just beat it. In fact, I died when I beat it. But the game gives that to you, which is really nice. I mean, you know, when you think about it, you're already in hell. If you are in hell and you beat the final boss, what's the difference? You're in hell. Does it matter if you die? I guess he's technically alive. But still. Or you're in an alternate dimension. Apparently, like, the new Doom games kind of go into some sort of alternate hell is actually an alternate dimension type thing. I think there's too many alternate dimensions in media these days. And whatever, parallel timelines and stuff. Different universes. Enough of it. Enough of the multiverse, I say. I gave Everything Everywhere All at Once a pass, but because that movie rules. But it needs to stop. Except for Spider-Verse, those movies can do it too. It's kind of the point. And, you know, they're gorgeous. So many different colors of butterflies in this video game. Probably watched them at some point, but movies. Yeah. I would watch new ones when you could watch old ones. True. I mean, I do watch a decent enough amount of new movies, I guess, but there's still so many horror movies from the 80s I've never seen yet. And some I have seen, but I want to watch again. I just watched Scream 2 again recently, although that's not 80s, but, you know, 90s? It wasn't 2000s yet, no. Scream 2 is good. In fact, I might like it better the second time around, now that I'm thinking about it. Well, that and, you know, important business like watching Fast and the Furious. The Swamp Man. Yeah. I do like those guys. Literally only appear for about 3 minutes in this video game. Even less at the rate I go. It's different because family. We only just got to the point watching those where they start really getting into the family thing. It takes a while before he really starts being all about family. But not, I guess he's always all about family, but at some point they really start saying it as much as like the memes give the impression that they do. And it's like, oh, I thought this would happen earlier. And then I was wondering, you know, did the memes come first or did him saying family come first? They make such a big point of it in... What was the one we just watched? The 5th one? I don't know. Somewhere between the 5th and the 6th. When they really get into that. Because we absolutely popped off when he said family at one point. TV show and spin-offs? I don't even know TV show is involved. Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's a safe assumption, probably. There already has been at least one spin-off. Hobbs and Shaw is a spin-off. Which, having just watched a movie where Shaw is introduced, I still don't know how Hobbs and Shaw will work. Knowing nothing about that movie except this Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is Hobbs or whatever. Ah. But you can talk to him from that angle? Metal. It just assumes everything he's blocking is a sword. In fact, swords are like the thing we block the least in the speedrun. We also block lava. And giant spiked walls. I don't think it actually makes a noise with the lava, though. It would be really funny if the lava also made sword clanging metal noise. There's also a lot of people who don't even have metal weapons. I think that there's a lot of clubs and stuff and dogs. Really, swords only make up like a smaller percentage. Actually, come to think of it, isn't that also the same sound effect it makes when Hephaestus is forging the sword that he forges all game? They only had one sound. Only one sound of metal hitting metal. Metal on Metal by Anvil. The band. Classic Canadian I think they're Canadian? Camera angle change did not help very much at all. Alright, this is off to a solid start. The best judge will be once we get up to Alpsius the second time. Well, once we get both jackets, I suppose. Thanks, Bobby. Did this get... It did get into GDQ. Believe it or not. It is, it's in the silly block this year. Which is where it belongs. At 4 a.m. Absolutely the place. Thank you, thank you. 4 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Minneapolis time. Not much better. Slightly better. Whatever. I think I'm happier with that than with like 6 a.m. or something. Knowing me, sleeping early, not gonna happen. Sleeping early enough to like really... I might be able to make a nap happen at some point earlier in the day, but like I'm not gonna go to bed early. There's a difference. I'll just live on the free Red Bull. How is this as a speed game? It's actually like, I don't know, it's got more stuff going on than you would expect. It's a bad video game, don't get me wrong. But you get to like clip through walls. You get to we'll show off something here, actually. Okay, didn't get that. Oh, we do have something here, which is a double jump. Ooh. It's what it looks like. You jump twice because the game lets you jump after. Basically, like interact with the Switch or talk to someone, and then you press the jump button, and then right before that happens, and then after you finish talking to them, you'll just go up, but then you'll be able to jump again, and it actually does help you quite a bit, especially at the beginning. This game, it's a cool speedrun, except for all the parts where you just walk up and down the same mountain 5 times. There's a way to skip 2 of the final boss phases that I found about a year ago. That was pretty cool. There's like 3 bosses that you kill basically instantly using some huge for mountain climbers. Yeah, if any pro mountain climbers want to give me some hot strats to make that section faster. Unfortunately, I don't think there is any way to make it faster. It's like the one part of the run that has like nothing going on. But it's funny, I guess. It has humor value. Lots of this game has humor value. But yeah, it's got just enough enough like tech to make it not just, oh, I run this terrible video game, haha. You know, it's no Barnyard. I say Barnyard. I don't know if Barnyard has like super cool strats or something. I just know a lot of people run it, and it's because it's Barnyard. I don't know if a lot of people run it is the right word. A lot of people have run it. I don't know why I equipped that thing. I just needed to pause, but whatever. As long as I do the pause jump. You're not supposed to be able to jump that, by the way. But if you pause at the right time in a jump, you're basically able to get just a little bit more height. He ran Blues Brothers 2000? Oh. Oh, well, of course it has the same vibe. It's literally the same developers. They made two incredible anti-banger video games. Yeah, I think it's not only is it published by Titus, I think it's player first interactive for both of them, I'm pretty sure. They were on the same development cart. It was like a couple years ago. I think it was when we raced Blues Brothers, actually. I gotta go back and finish that game at some point. When we raced Blues Brothers, I think we picked that because we had already played Hercules, and someone had put up on like Forest of Illusion or one of those websites. They dumped a development cartridge that had Hercules, Blues Brothers, and maybe one other game on it. It was the Mario 64 and OOT. I mean, that's actually so true. Blues Brothers is the Mario 64, and this is the Ocarina of Time. And they both really wish they were those games. And actually, yeah, that's where the debug ROM of Hercules comes from, I think. Which is pretty useful for practicing. Because it has like it has a super jump, and it has a basically level select. So you can just teleport to different levels. So I actually do use that to practice stuff. So thanks to whoever dumped that. But yeah, they have the same vibe because for very good reason. And it would be really funny to that would be like a primo double header of speedrun content right there. It's got some sauce. Yeah, I can imagine. I think I might have watched a little bit of a Blues Brothers 2000 run at one point. I don't think I ever watched an entire speed run. Definitely need to check out this game sometime. It's an experience. And I don't think Blues Brothers 2000 has any example of it, but they knew what they were doing when they were making this game, because in one of the towns that you go to later, there's an NPC who basically is just like thinly veiled developer commentary. And she's like, oh, everyone in this town looks the same because our father forgot to name us and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, basically says that the game was rushed and got released earlier than it should have been. So says a little something when the developers are even willing to put that in the video game. It's just like just a regular person you can talk to. They're not hidden in any way. Just the game devs poking fun at their own video game. I don't know if they felt the same way about Blues Brothers 2000. Blues Brothers 2000, I would say, has the same energy, but I think it's a more finished video game. This game, you'll go through walls by accident. You do not need to try. We do it a lot, but we don't need to try to do it. Oops, where am I going right now? We're about to clip through an entire building in just a second here. It's because you have it. It's the key to. It's the master of unlocking. It's really because pausing just makes the game lag, I guess. But we equip the key because we need to equip the key to get through the door, and I think they make the door work like that because they knew how easy it was to go through doors. The key to the city. Yep. Colder than New York is out here. Sometimes you just walk through. Yeah, you really do. And that's gotta be the reason that almost every area in this game is, rather than a loading zone you walk into, it's just a door you have to have a certain item to open. You talk to the door rather than go through it or go into a thing, because they knew they knew how easy it was. I just have to believe that that's why it works that way. There's too many examples where they chose to do that. You can walk through this door. The hair physics, true. Advanced. Link didn't have hair physics like this. I don't know how I lost 30 seconds on that segment, to be honest. Well, I know how I lost some of those seconds, just not 30. That's okay. Hey. Oh yeah, this is where we really get to walk through lots of stuff. Ow. Ah, the skeletons. Oops. Long time to be diving. For reference, normally you're supposed to do a lot of damage to that guy and then pick him up and throw him in there. But if you just get him into the lava right away, then you're done. Just a gentle little nudge, a little tap. Colder than New Yorkers. It's therapeutic if you're a Minotaur, at least. Pay no attention to the fact that what we collected from him was his heart. Proof he loved it. Yeah, he left a like. Like, comment, and subscribe. Oop, that was weird. Okay. I need to remember to make note of the fact that he goes, "No, so good, Hercules," because that's just a funny sentence. Just one letter missing, but they picked the funniest letter to remove. I love when that happens. Remember to equip the key. Another example where if you just like were able to walk through this, we would be skipping that, talking to this man. This. One of the more fun dungeons in here. I don't know why, it's just satisfying. Get to do so many clips. Okay, just keep going. Don't let those dogs get you. Too early? Yeah. That's too early? Yes. Okay. Yeah, for reference, you can't be too close to the wall when you do this. Otherwise, I guess the game's just not going to let you have speed, so you can't actually go through it. Because you're like, oh, you're colliding, so we're setting your speed to 0, I guess. Probably what's happening there. It actually knows you're colliding for once. That was... I really kind of, like, slid along that wall or something. That was weird. That might be too early. Speed is for car. That's Hermes territory, I think. If you are wondering what you would normally be doing with all these walls, you'd be punching them, which takes, I don't know, 5-ish seconds, and means that the skeletons are probably gonna punch you or chop you or whatever. Ah, jeez. This guy, you kind of just let him walk himself in there. You have to get him stuck first, and it's a little tricky. He just wants the bath. He's ready for it. Not like the other guy. The other guy needed a little push. I want a bath too. My bathtub is too small. I'm too big. I mean, it's about to be summer, which means I'll stop caring, but still. Don't talk to Yolis. He's not important right now. I just want one of those clawfoot tubs that's big enough for me to drown in. That's the life. Aspirational. That, and I want to have a dishwasher again. I don't have room for it in my kitchen. Well, it didn't come with one, and the kitchen's small. Sucks. This is another thing you can go through very easily. Too easily. I don't want to go through it. I want to go up. That's not going to help at all. Okay. Hello? When did I become terrible at the video game? Always has been. I've always been a has-been. We're gonna lose time on this next segment, but we might be able to make it all back on the Titan fight. Clawfoot tubs and those beds with like the posts, and then you have like the curtains that you can draw around the bed. The Sims told me those are the peak furniture items of all time. And I think they were right. I don't think they were wrong about that. Yeah, canopy bed. There it is. I don't know why I couldn't... Forgot the name of it. I forgot it even had a name, I guess. But yeah. According to The Sims, you just can't do better for furniture than those things. And I agree. It's peak, as they say. That was like the 10 energy, 2 environment score bed. I like my bed, but it doesn't have 2 environment score. That's for sure. Probably not 10 energy either. maybe like an 8. Other way. It's time for our environment score to go up in the video game. We're going to the beach. Hey. Ooh, I barely made that. It does have a RuneScape feel. That's why I like this song so much. In this town, I guess. Whoa, if you jump there, maybe that's optimal. If you jump right before the game would normally make you swim. It's gonna be really hard to like figure out the spacing for that. Or like a visual cue or whatever. It's a little bit of like a Sea Shanty 2 vibe. One of the greatest songs in all of gaming history. Whoop. I don't know if it's gonna make it at all. I was never much of a RuneScape player. Like, I played it, but sometimes I want to play it just for the vibes. I played it, but not for very long as a kid. But the vibes are good. Alright, guess we'll be quick. Jack be nimble. Okay, immediately took damage because I couldn't even see how far away I was from the thing. Oh my god, I thought I was in the lava for sure, dude. Don't think it's worth going for health at all. I think I'm fine. Did pretty well on not getting damaged on all the crushers. That's the earliest pass of all time, and I made it! What? I feel like most things at that timing wouldn't have worked, but that one for some reason was like, yeah, I'll give it to you. And I didn't believe. We're not losing as much time as I thought, I guess. The can block instant death, by the way, from the lava. Hercules parries that shit. You can do it from the spiked wall also instantly kills you, but Hercules can parry that too. And just go through it. It's pretty useful. Sometimes you just want to dodge it, but nice to have options. Gotta have some perks to being Zeus is good. Yeah, exactly. Absentee father, but you know, godlike power, a little bit of godlike powers. Sort of godlike. Godish. Why not? Absentee father and evil stepmother. Can't forget that part. Just a little bit of drawbacks. Combo. When your evil stepmother is more present in your life than your not evil dad. The tragedy of it all. I guess that stopped being true after season 2. or whatever, when Ares became the main thing, but, you know. Hey. Hoo. Hooah. Hooah. What? You what? Alright, Titan time. Time to see if the speedrun's good or not. Or okay, at least. I'm not the most satisfied with it up until now. This is a good time to take a drink of water. Because she doesn't need to dive. She just runs at a pretty good speed. You know, it's centaur stuff. Them horse legs. Legs for days. Okay. Oh, clutch. Oh wait, not that clutch. That should be fine. Oh, the fire breath. Oog. Come on, serve me up a spicy meatball. Oh, that'll work for one hit. For 2 hits, maybe. See, that second one just didn't count because I felt like it. Like, there's no reason. Exact same height of the arrow. All right. That's the other RNG factor in that boss. Even if you can mitigate most of the boss's like attacks, RNG, sometimes your attacks don't want to hit. Like, I'm pretty sure that should have just been a hit, and it was like, nah, don't feel like it. I think it is a good idea to do that sometimes. But I think the amount of damage you take also varies. I don't know. It would make sense that the damage you take varies, considering the damage Ares takes varies also. The meatball is still the most damaging thing. Maybe because the frame rate's higher. I don't know. I think there is some amount of like, I can tank this fire breath. Usually I'm more willing to do it when I only need one more arrow or like I'm already in position. Because you can also get knocked down, and that doesn't help either. I think you can get knocked down, maybe, unless that's only the meatball. I'm pretty sure you can get knocked down, but it might only be the meatball. There's some labbing to be done. You definitely don't take that much damage if you just kind of get tagged by like the last little bit of the fire either. So sometimes it's fine to just like get into position near the end of like one of the fire breath attacks or something. But I think your iframes do run out at some point in the middle of the next attack, usually. I don't know. Assuming any of that stuff is consistent at all, which is an ask in this game, I suppose. But I have gotten more willing to just tank some damage lately. Let's go get this one first because it's really out of the way. The other one on the right that I get when I come back now. Hello. Alright. Olympus. We have made haste to Olympus. Oh, ooh, okay. That looked interesting. Optimal? I didn't have to walk forward after? Too bad there's no way to, like, actually try and do that. I think. Alright. Do 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 do. Oh. When you're hot, you're hot. I think I'm too close to this to clip through it right now. The emerald gem. Notice that it doesn't say green gem. I guess this one says amber. They all say gem. I'm just stretching for the Chaos Emerald connection. You know, aside from the fact that they're literally Chaos Emeralds. Blue-haired Hercules mod. Oh god, okay. I didn't realize he got knocked over for a second there. That's good. Wow, jeez. Brother. Brother. Okay. Let's go. 103.47. We got the 103. I had a feeling this would... I was pretty sure this would happen before GDQ. 103 was like looking too easy. Nice to have it. Lost a little bit of time on Ares. Didn't feel that slow, but I did lose a little bit of time on the gem stuff. I don't know. Nothing too big. Still pretty good. Imagine that, but, you know, the run is good up until Titan. Mostly just these splits. Thanks for the GGs, everybody. Keep bringing the time down. Like a 102 is not too unreasonable. Not at all. 101 is like crazy, I think. My summer bust is a 101. We'll take a look at that soon. How was that run? Pretty good up until here. Bad here again. Remember why I lost time here. Just stuff on the way to the Minotaur, I guess. Oh, because I messed up the pause jump a bunch. Funny thing about speedrunning is you're obviously doing so much better, but like you still feel like you're doing exactly the same and making huge mistakes. But hey, Minus 34 seconds. Just the way of it all. Good run. So, let's take a look at that summer best. 101.44. I don't think it changed